peace, power, love. Humam Abdulmalik. Once again before the sunrise with Blackanized International Nubian conscious chess moves. It is once again before the sunrise, but this time I realized that my body, it had to acquire some extra rest this morning. And I'd like to say to the matriarchy, beautiful, melanated queen that just tuned in, my beautiful sister, Kim Dickens, the giver of life, the spiritual sister that I admire for her greatest deed upon the planet Earth, gave life, extended life to our mayor for life. That's right, Kim Dickens. Good morning, my sister. Say Ashe Hotep. The sister that gave Marion Barry a kidney that extended his life for the extra time on this planet. Great warrior sister. I am not going to be this long this morning. I just want to say, as always, it's about love. About the love of ourselves and the extension of that love to our people. Special in the streets. Meeting the people, especially our young warriors who are at a war with each other, unbeknown to themselves. There is by design, and they're under robot control because what they're killing each other for, and we know it's about the drugs or whatever, territory or whatever, but we gotta realize that we don't control none of those things. Only way that we control them is we come together as a community, as a village, and stop taking the drugs of the social narcotics of white supremacy and institutionalized racism and being manipulated by the Willie Lynch syndrome. See, we got to come home. We got to come within ourselves, the home of ourselves, according to the DNA, the divine prescription that's in us from the beginning of time, before we came into this existence. We got to realize who we are as a people, melanated, the original people, the original Aborigine and indigenous of here in Africa, Akabu land. And we got to unify because it's a worldwide pandemic that we're fighting against. And we are at war. We're at war on all levels. We're a spiritual war, economical war, physical war, mental war, all that. And we're being manipulated by a group of people that are mad scientists, soulless people, really. The humanity lies within us as a people when we don't be manipulated and through social engineering, through the techniques of manipulation. For example, I'll give you a simile like air conditioning. Air conditioning in the summertime, you condition the air to be real cool, right? See, the same thing is they condition your mind, or like process, like remember we used to get the process head? It process your mind to the way that they want you to be. And it's harmful to us as a people in our communities. We got so many things that we got to defend ourselves against. We got to watch how we eat because they're trying to control the food, taking the seeds from out of the fruit and whatever seed, vegetables or fruit that have seeds in them. They're trying to take the seeds out of the fruit or vegetables so that they can control the market of the food. And it's genetically engineering the food. It's not natural food. It's synthetic food. It's like at McDonald's when you get a hamburger or french fries, you can leave that stuff on the table for 2 years and it won't rot or anything. Is that food? Food usually spoil and stuff like that. That's an example. What else? Yesterday, I was trying to hit 3 different meetings, right? I went to my son's senior class meeting. Then I was trying to go to an ANC meeting, then to uh, the 10,000 strong meeting with the nation for the chair of the organizing committee of Ward 8. So when I came from the school, I went to the Martin Luther King to the ANC and found out it wasn't there. They said it might be up 7th District. Got up 7th District. They said it wasn't there. I said, oh, man. So then I got to go all the way over to a branch in Pennsylvania. Got over there, and they said it was not this Thursday, next Thursday, every other Thursday. And it was cold last night, and right now I ain't got no horse. Well, I ain't got no automobile. So I'm dealing with public transportation in my natural stride. And so I walked up that hill and walked all the way over to, Nella Road. And always, something always happened by divine decree. The bus comes as soon as I get there, so I get home. And I read a little bit, but I didn't read like I wanted. It took me a while to get into this book, melaninated. It's about what we're about as a people. It's a good read. I read volume 2, 3, and 4. I didn't read 1 yet. Or was it? No, it's 3 and 4. And this is 1. 2, 3, and 4, yes. So I'm finally in this book where I want to be. But through all that activity yesterday, my body, my temple, energy within it, that divine energy said you need to rest a little bit. Because I was up, but it just felt so good where I was at in the astro traveling. And so, preparing for this day that I have to go forth. Oh, another thing that happened to me. Man. Everything that, happens in reality, you don't give it no substance until it happens to you, right? Don't you know I'll say somebody pickpocketed me, right? Went in my account and got some money out. I was wondering I know I ain't spend this amount of money when I went into there myself. Then come to find out they hit me for a large sum one time, then they hit me for another sum. And that really happened. So I'm going to be more cautious, and everybody be more cautious with how you take money out of ATMs and stuff like that. A brother was telling me you got to check for cameras or whatever. But they not only duplicated the numbers on the card or something, but they had my PIN number also. So they're very professional, but that's their game that they play. You just can't be a victim of the games that they play. Because you can't be a victim of the games in life that people play. Because that's their professional. Their profession. That's how they get their money, or sometimes find them a victim. And I was a victim. But it's all right. It don't stop now. Give you a moment of frustration and a little bit, but you always get over it. It's like an obstacle. It's an obstacle that we have to deal with. We can't go around it. We got to go around it. We just can't just go there and be scared of it and try to medicate it. We just got to go around it, under it, over it, or something, or just knock it down. And that's what we got to do. We got to be strong. Whatever we do, we just got to surmount. We got to surmount all odds against us. It's like we got to deal with the impossible dream. Fight that unbeatable foe. We got to sustain ourselves in this political climate that we're in, dealing with the asinine, dumbfounded leadership. I never seen anything like this from the campaigning up until this point in time, where it's all these executive orders and all these things and, flexing their muscles. It ain't no game. This is real where we at. It's like playing political poker with our lives, with our lives at stake. We are the chips on the table with these people playing. And it's all about the Cabo states. The Cabo states is Washington, D.C. being the militaristic apparatus of the Illuminati, then London being the financial apparatus of the Illuminati, and the Vatican being the religious. And those three is part of the corporation of America being the corporation of England. And it's all about business. But their business is a diabolical plan to take 5 billion or so people off this planet Earth through this slow manipulation, genocidal process. See, they want to destroy us, and they want to rob us of our melanin, our body parts, so they want to sustain their lives. See, they're vampire millionaires and werewolves. We got to look at their cannibalistic nature, the beast of their nature, so that way we will understand how they've been treating us generation after generation after generation through this institutionalized racism. And it ain't the hillbillies from out the hills of West Virginia and all that. It's the high echelons, these so-called uneducated. They're the controllers of everything. They control the media. They control the medical, the prisons, everything. And then our entertainers and all that, they have to sell their soul to get contracts to make all that money they make. And that's a reality. Even our entertainers, our athletes and all that, we got to come together. The boule, the gatekeepers and all them, we got to come together and come out that syndrome of being a Negro-European, selling our souls to and trying to emulate the European. We can't go against our nature. And those of us who are walking around with our eyes wide shut, it's time to take those veils off our eyes. And those who under robot control and lose their soul, we got to wake up. We got to be stimulated by the divine nature that we have. And those of us who are active in the community or professionals in the community, we can't do it from a selfish perspective and having ulterior motives to use our people. We can't be part of that perspective of the ulterior motives of using our people. And I want to say good morning to my brother, Big Swoop, a prolific singer, but he is a poet, but a great singer. And that's my poetic brother, my spiritual brother. Top of the morning to your hotep, Ashe, Assalamu Alaikum. But we got to mold our individuality through the spirituality that's part of our innate nature, the righteousness. We got to understand the inner verse so we can have a profound effect upon the universe. See, we got it reverse. They got it reversed. They control the universe, and they have an effect upon our universe, upon our conscious and subconscious. And we gotta overcome that. We got to become spiritual warriors. We have to become into that the frequency and vibration and energy of the creator, of that natural essence of the divine energy, whatever we want to call it. We got our Muslim brothers, Islamic brothers, we got our Christian brothers and sisters, we got the Hebrew Israelites or the Hebrew, and we got the conscious, we got the revolutionary, we got all that. But if we got it and we ain't together, we ain't got nothing. Because we're the most in Islamic culture, we're the most in Christianity culture, we're the most in everything. But they manipulate our brain and they guide us like sheep into a slaughter, really, because if it separates us and don't bring us together, how can it be divine? How can it be God? Like I use the word God, but how can it be part of that universe, the innerverse? One, unit is one, and it's one creation and all that. But then we develop nations of separatism. And all that is to divide and control. See, they created the concept of the God and devil, and then they manipulate us and have us looking up in the sky. Earth, Wind, and Fire said keep your head to the sky, but it was for a different reason. And it's a different season now. We have to come into ourselves and realize who we are as a people. And we have to be in harmony with each other. We have to go reach our young brothers who are being manipulated and it's a war. It's a war that they're fighting against each other. They got weapons of war. They got AK-40s with all them clips and all that. Where they get that stuff? We don't manufacture that. Where we get all the drugs, the K2 and the flavor, whatever it is, the stuff that manipulates, give you 3 highs at the one time. It gives you a downer, a upper, and a sideways, like you're taking heroin and you're taking a love boat and you're taking acid or something, but it's all for control. And we got to realize each drug that they bring in our community be worse than the previous one. If you go back, just go back and look at it. They brought LSD and all that. It's always the CIA and the FBI always doing that when we're trying to rise up and unify. Just like the homosexual, what's his name, J. Edgar Hoover, he was a drag queen and all that. This man allowed heroin in our cities because we was rising up with the Black Panthers and with the Black Power movements. And not only us are being on attack, but they was attacking the Native Americans and even the European Naga that had their programs of revolutionary movement. We have to realize who we are as a people and come together and unify, organize, and develop an infrastructure in this day and time. While they're at each other's throat by design, see, they don't know, them hillbillies don't know that they're being manipulated. Like we are being attacked. We've been attacked since we've been here and since we came in contact with them. But the reality is, we know where we stand. We know where we stand. But see, this social narcotics affect everybody. Because the Vatican and England and America and all that, and everybody always, talk about Obama. He was the first black president and all that. He wasn't the first black president. He was the 6th or 7th. Because if you look on a $2 bill, what his name? John Henson was the first black president before George Washington. That dishonorable mister who slept cup syphilis while raping our sisters in the slave quarters. That's right. George Washington was a slave owner. The first 15 or 16 of them so-called founding, I'll say they were the bastards, not us. They were not no founding fathers. They were founding rapists and killers and murderers and enslavers of a people that in natural reality, you can't enslave nobody unless they're accepted mentally. So let's wake up. And be who we are. Let's be the children, the parents, the brothers and sisters of this energetic divine energy that we call God. Some people say Allah, some people say Jah. It's only one. And we as a people are one. We come from the same source, the same essence, through the canal of life. Through our beautiful sisters, the matriarchy queens that we got to hold in high esteem and show them love. And them brother kings who are warriors, who are protectors of those queens in our family. We got to mold and shape our identity once again to the divine nature that we truly are. And be that shining star, be the representative of that light and that energy of warmth and direction that we need in our community. And there's no other way around it. See, this time while they're doing all this protesting and this and that about the dude, what Trump, so-called president or the CEO of this corporation. We got to let them go on and do what they're going to do and be what they're going to be. So we stand down. This time we should be unifying, organizing, and developing infrastructure. It may not seem like we're doing it, but when we do it through our talk, through our actions, we got to stop like taking drugs, man. We got to stop selling drugs. We got to stop killing each other. Because it's all by design. They give us this stuff in our community. If we get a divine high, a natural high, they bring them drugs and nobody take it to sell it, then they got to sell it. Just like they up north, everybody is on heroin now. The Nagathaw on heroin now. But now it's an epidemic. But when we was on it, it wasn't no epidemic. It's like them niggas, that's what all they do. And they promote that. But now when they do it, it's the substance. Or anything. Like when they kill people. Like all those mass murders and mass shooting. Oh, he's sick. But when let one of them Islamic brothers or that they say did something or It'd be like what is it, Manchurian candidate, because they have mass mind control and manipulation of people's minds and mentality, like they be truly under robot control, and they got different areas of control. They got different perspectives that they want people to do. And so we got to realize that. So, but we can't get caught up in that, because we got to be the warriors of the circle of God. So I'm using God so we can understand, but I'm talking about this intelligent, energetic, divine energy that we call from God to Allah to Jah and all that. But there's only one source, and we all come from that one source. Special us, melanated people, from a carbonated universe, elements, 366, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 electrons. That's what they call the beast or the Antichrist or whatever. But see, that's a game that they play. That's a distortion of our spirituality and our mentality that we got to overcome. See, we got to know that these people are social engineers and manipulators of our fears. They'll create fears. Just like when this dude, I can't really give a guy no respect because I don't respect him. I don't respect the system, really, because I'm anti-it and I'm pro-us. I'm pro-black, and I'm a race man. And I'm going to live for my people. And I'm going to speak up for my people by developing myself to the high degrees of life. I'm going to understand in the chambers of the pyramids of my mind that I'm a divine being. That if I walk on the pathway of my ancestors and understand the signs that they left, the first one is to know thyself. And if you know thyself, you'll know the sciences of self. You'll know about the chakra center, the energy centers. You'll know about the kundalini and the crown chakra. You'll understand about the third eye and all that. You'll understand about the pituitary and the pineal gland to activate that melanin and activate those two glands to give you that the perception or the enhancement of your perception of your understanding of your mentality. Your subconscious and your conscious mind will merge, and then you will be universally inclined. You won't look, you're beyond the 5 senses because your perception will be so heightened, because you'll be opened up into the universe and be in tune with your nature. And in your nature, everything is in the innerverse, because it's what opens you up to the universe. See, we got to be controllers and manipulators of it on a righteous level. We got to become alchemists. We got to be mold and shapers of the elements. We got to realize that if we can get a United States of Africa, we can control the elements, and the elements is what control everything, the operation of everything that we use today. See, if we take control, them big old screen TVs and these contraptions of the phones and all the technology that they are using and stuff is ours anyway. We got to get it back. We got to go black in order to get it back. And it's a fact that we got to do it in a unified effort. And it's a worldwide effort. So we be like against them. I see it and hear it every day about the Africans and the African Americans. We don't come together because they come over here and get better positions, or we here and don't have. But there's a lot of us here that do have positions. The boule, the gatekeepers, and the entertainers, and the athletes, man, they get buku money, but what we do with it, we give it back. We say we ain't black. We got a Tiger Woods that 5 games and he'll be the best golf player ever in the establishment of the game. But what they do, they trick him. But his behavior also, then his mentality also, he can't even get there. Then we got the Serena sisters that don't want to deal with a black man because what? A black man ain't good enough, but they go to a Niagara and fall in love with him. People say ain't nothing wrong with love. Love is universal. But when you go against your nature, then something is definitely wrong with that. I mean, they natural going against their nature. They ain't doing it in a homosexual way. They doing it in, it's going crossing that line like sweet water and salt water come together and don't mix. That's how it got to be. Believe me, once we heal as a people, then we heal the world again. We got to we'll bring a new world order into being naturally. See, but these other people, this Cabo states and the demonic spirituality or group of people that's called the Illuminati and the Masonic and the Satanic groups of people, they trying to bring a new world order into existence out of disorder and chaos. They got to have us scrambling around like we don't know what's happening. But we know there's something coming down the drain. It's either anarchy, a police state, or they pushing for a race war. See, they showed us all the police killing us, blah, 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 blah. But what happened? You don't see it no more like you were seeing it. There was a period of time that they were trying to promote that in our mind to establish fear. And then he go on a campaign of rage of this, he going to do that and that. And he's doing it. He's implementing everything that he said, but he had people in a state of fear, talking about if he get in there, I'm leaving the country. Ain't nobody did nothing because it's still politics as usual. Politics as usual. We just got a fool in there that they're using to establish the game that they're trying to implement of their rule. And that's all it is. These Roman senators, because it's based on the Roman Empire. We got to realize that those who conquered the world, the material world, the universe, that's what they're doing. They've been in existence for years. It's been in existence since they wrote the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. But we got to read, we got to understand, we got to go in these texts, these texts like, everything about like this here, or we got to go in so we can understand. We got to understand who we are, understand who they are. We got to read. We just can't do nothing because if we don't read and understand, then we ain't going to know. We got to read. We got to read and understand. And another book that's great to read is a book called Divine Providence. We got to read these books to get an understanding of who we are, and the principles. The 7 ancient principles. We got to go black. We can't, the present things is cool, but we got to go black to get an understanding who we are as being black, melanated, the divine people that we are. I apologize for rushing through this day or this program this morning. But I felt so good when I was resting because I needed to rest. Sometimes you got to rest. You got to listen to your body. And when I was astral traveling, I said, I ain't ready to come back right now. So I was in the nocturnal gardens of life, searching and feeling my way around in the universe, the subconscious of my mind, but developing for this day here. So that's what I want to do. I want to get ready. For this day and the breath of life that the Creator has given me. Like a mystical wife, let me see. I want to live in harmony and peace, in love of my people, understanding who I am, understanding who you are. Because, see, me and you, we are not nothing without the we and us. We are interconnected through the energy of the divine energy of the Creator on the pathway of our ancestors. And as I write words upon the canvas of your mind, it's from a divine perspective. It's from a real, natural perspective that I'm being inclined to speak these words from a divine essence of what I believe, what I proclaim, being a spiritual warrior, a mystical warrior, warrior priest, king, and a mystic griot. Being anointed in the light of Christ, because Christ ain't nothing but a title. The courageous journalist, servant of the sovereign Lord of the King of Kings is what I proclaim. I proclaim it and I live it in the name of that one energetic energy, a divine energy that runs in my vein. See, I was never a slave nor a nigger, and I will never give up. I will never sell my soul or be brought. I don't care what the circumstances is. My war is against those that have a war against me, a natural war. I ain't worrying about all this petty things that our brothers do in the street. We have to go to them and reach them and make them see that they're being manipulated. by these people who have a agenda against us that been in effect for years, that they trying to get to their point of a new world order, have everybody just like robots doing the same thing and maintaining us in this deceptive reality of illusion that they have created for us. So that's why we got to rise up spiritually, mentally, economically, physically. Like we work out. I want to say good morning to all my brothers and my sisters, Brother Eli, Brother Chad, and I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And man, it's one aim, one purpose, one goal, and one creator. And us with soul melanated and carbonated in the essence of the universe, of the innerverse, to affect the universe. And we got to nurse ourselves back into the status that we once had. We never lost it. It's there waiting for us. All we got to do is walk in the door. That space and time is waiting for us to take back control of this world, of our soul, and implement righteousness and love for each other. And take back our communities. We had to go get our young warriors and let them know that they under robot control. And this war that they going through with each other, it got to stop. We got to stop selling drugs, drinking liquor. We got to purify our souls. That's the only way we're going to win this war, through purification. And with that, I say I love my black nation. I say this here. All those other ethnic groups and all that, cool. But we have to pull ourselves up first, because we are the one that been through the most barbaric and inhumane, horrendous, since we've been here for years. We know for the 400 or 500 years of captivity in America, because they showed us what they did to us. And see, they can't just show me and think I'm supposed to forget and forgive or turn the other cheek. I know that the babble that they got in the Bible is a manipulation from 325 AD, the Nicene Council, from the Pope Constantine. So you can't, in all the contradictions that I can see, I can comprehend and discern, because the Creator gave me that. And see, I've been learning about me and them, because you can't know about yourself and not know about your enemy. So I say again, in peace and love. Peace, love, and power. I'm talking a power to be a part of this divine natural energy, the synergy, vibrations, and frequency that we can arise above what they control. They took everything they got to manipulate our soul. We got to wake up and come out of it. Control through self-control and self-discipline. We must rise up and be a people of love and sustain that love within our community and develop our community. They putting that wall up to keep people out. They're also putting that wall to keep people in. See, they put a wall around our mind and around our energetic interests. That's why they got all them chemtrails in the sky. Not only for the chemicals to come down, but they're creating a grid up there to block the energy of the sun. Study their sciences so we'll know our sciences, because they stole everything from us. With that, I want to say again, I love you. And in love, peace, and growth and development. See, I ain't about entertainment. I ain't trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you, us. So what I say, I hear it first, because it comes from me. And even though a thought is like the speed of light, is manifested in my wisdom, in my dome, so that I can give you the wisdom that I have, that was given to me. Love y'all. Peace. Shine the light of love, peace, and understanding. Motivate somebody, love somebody, hug somebody. Lead them in the right direction, because we need that direction by the divine decree on the pathway of our ancestors.